Oh boy. Am I live? Is it doing the thing? Is it doing the thing where the internet content gets broadcasted to people in real time or something to that effect? Hello, everyone. I can't sleep. Uh, it's been like this for the last 5 days, something like that. And I've just been laying around, desperately trying to get to sleep. And so far nothing has worked. So I decided I would start a live stream in which I incessantly ask people to ask me questions or something because I'm not actually smart or talented enough to just sit down and come up with stuff to say. I'm hungry. I've eaten, personally. I'm not hungry myself. I've been uh, I, I I forget. I actually forget what I ate today. I know I ate several things. I just can't remember what any of them are. I've been just kind of sitting around thinking about like how Haystar. Hello, no username. But I've been trying to figure out like how can I evolve my videos to the next point, where I'm doing new and interesting things because the favorite videos of mine that I've made have always been the ones that were either just really comfy in the subject that they were discussing or very dense in explaining things, having lots of different ideas in them, or the videos that have more colors going on, more of a unique editing style, and ones in which I'm trying to do something new. And I've been trying to think about like how can I utilize camera angles to my best possible ability, in order to just make shots look better. Dude, I love your comfy videos. I always play them in the background when I'm gaming. Hell yeah, thank you. Um, I, I like that I'm able to provide a sensation like that because my favorite videos on YouTube are the ones where I can just have it on one screen of me maybe looking at the guy's face and then I can just listen to what they're saying in the background as I'm playing a game. That's some of my favorite stuff. Like if you watch my 3x3 video, basically the entire thing is just me saying, "Oh, I like comfy podcast guys who can talk for a really long time." Um, so I like doing videos like that, but I like the ones where I kind of experiment and try to do new things. So I'm thinking about like how can I integrate different camera angles into the setup, and moreover, how are those camera angles achieved? How do you get them on screen, and what are they doing? And I want to up the visual component and make the visual component more interesting, just because I feel like if I could actually get posters, because posters cost so much money. They don't cost that much money, but they cost a lot of money in comparison to like me buying a microphone or something, things that are more important to spend money on. Um, if the day had ever came in which I actually had the money around to pay for something like that, I would want to ask companies for free stuff. I don't think I have the ability to do that. I don't think my channel has anywhere near enough clout to be able to do that. But um, like I think a lot about like what kind of posters or furniture would I want to put around my room to have like the ideal camera angles or the ideal shots? So if you get something like a Gorilla Pod, you can just stick the Gorilla Pod around almost any surface and you can get all these different kinds of shots by doing it that way. And I've always really liked stuff like that. Trying to make the camera angles as weird as possible. I want to try to do more cuts in the video as well, so you could, just get as many possible camera angles in, where maybe like I'm doing one sentence and then I turn around to a totally different camera angle to finish the sentence, but then the cuts are like simultaneously. It happens right away and they flow into each other. I, I've, I really like the idea of that type of editing style because you're not just attempting to say as many things in as much clarity as possible in the audio form, you're also trying to do something interesting in the visual form. And I think it's good for the people who want to actually look at the video, or maybe they have the video on a second monitor while they're doing something else. Be a normie and do trendy challenges. LMAO. Never, never. I'm too much of a fucking doomer to do something like that. Too much pride. But, like, I've always really liked the idea of having that set up where the visual component isn't necessarily required to understand the message of the video, but if you look over, you're going to see interesting stuff happening, or at least, pleasant, a pleasant environment to see. I've always liked that idea quite a lot. I just don't have the means to do it at this moment. Um, I think when I get monetization money, if they can actually let me take it out of the fucking Google account, um, I'll use that. I'll use that to try and to try and get, you know, a better tripod, posters, etc. Um, it's because most of the money that I make on YouTube, like through ads, which I haven't seen anything through ads yet, not in a long time. I haven't gotten anything through ads directly to me, or through Patreon. Like I either try to put it towards getting something for the video or getting something that I can talk about in a video because that's something that matters to me a lot is transparency with where the Patreon money is actually going. So I try to always make sure it's being put towards something for the videos. Ask an interior designer on how to make your room look more comfy and pleasant to look at. See, the thing with that, like that train of thinking, for me at least, because I've gone down that road before and I've thought about, how do I make it look nice, quote unquote, objectively. The problem with that is that when I make my videos, I try to make them something that I would enjoy as much as possible. So the objective or the goal of the video isn't always just to make something that's palatable or to just get something off my chest. Sometimes that is the point, but more often than not, what I'm trying to do with a given video is to make it something that I would want to watch, something that I would care about if I saw it in my sub feed. Like the primary goal of this channel has always been to kind of fill in the gaps. I've always said I've always said the Death Grips lyric of "Be the freak that you want to see, but just don't follow me." Like it's trying to, it's trying to sort of build this own persona surrounding it that didn't exist beforehand, but it represents the types of things that you would enjoy in media. And so I like filling in that gap. I like being someone who can add something to the collective consciousness that is at least different or moves it in another direction. I find things like that to be really valuable. And so that's one of the things I value a lot with uniqueness. And so when I think about, what my ideals are for content, stuff that I would watch, it's going to be something that's trying to be as comforting as well as unique as possible. So I want to experiment more with how I could make the content, how I could make it have more uniqueness. And that's really the road that I want to go down. I think like you were saying to be a normie and stuff. Honestly, I think when I get out of this country, when I turn 18, I'm probably just going to make like mini normie videos on travel and stuff. That's fine, but I better not find any Nike posters like the no pain, no gain ones on your wall, lol. Yeah, no, I'm not that far gone. I may be an insane man, but I have not gone down the Nike corporate worship route. That's for next year. That's going to be the next arc in the Star narrative. Um, but but yeah, like I think when I go to Vietnam, like the videos are just gonna become really normie videos where I'm like, all right, guys, top 10 things to do in Vietnam. Here's the trendy subject on Hanoi Beach. Like all these like all of these clickbait titles that like you would easily find if you just Googled like stuff to do in Vietnam or something like that. And you go, oh, this is a star video. What? $200 apartment tour? What the fuck is that? Like, I think maybe it would suit the channel growth wise. Eat an egg. I don't have eggs in my house right now. But like I think something like that, where you look at the YouTuber hiding in my room, for instance. Now, his content used to be really unique. Nowadays, it's just kind of following his fairly ordinary life. I mean, as ordinary as a fucking nerdy incel who, got married to a Japanese woman off Tinder. As normal as you could make a scenario like that. Um, and so his videos feel kind of like standard and boring now at this point. Like, they don't feel like they have the same sense of uniqueness that his old videos had, because if you go back through his old videos, it always feels like there's a sense of movement and progress, and he's documenting every single aspect of his life nearly. Doing live streams of moments right after breakups where you can see the rage in his voice and stuff like that. Like parasocially partaking in the experience of him going to sit at a fucking McDonald's and shit. Like that was the video those were the videos that were coming out on his channel. And the more I watched through these, and as I watched them, concurrent with as they came out, and I would watch them each time. It always felt like I was waiting for the next part of the story, quote unquote, that I was seeing a new segment of the story. And so it felt almost like, you were watching a TV show that also just happened to be every detail of a guy's life. Um, just make it genuine and wear what a NEET would wear and do what you do normally. To be honest, I hate those, hey, I snorted cocaine and here's what to do and not do in Vietnam videos. Yeah. No, I feel the exact same way. Um, but like, oh, let's see, what was I gonna say? But that was what was really cool about his videos, was that he was a very unique guy who was just saying every single thing about his life up to that point that it was going on. So when he made This Is My Japanese Apartment Tour, what do you mean you're not gonna snort cocaine? Maybe a little bit of it one day. Um, but like when he would make a video that would be this is my apartment Japanese tour or whatever, it was always going to feel succinctly different from all of the other, standard J vloggers content, because you didn't just associate this room or this household with another household in Japan. It was Daniel's household. It was this guy who we know was a longtime incel who had these weird emotional problems and has all of this detailed history with all these women that's now been documented on the channel. And so you get the benefit of watching an informative video about Japan. It tells you a bit more about the country, but it's also an update on his narrative. True, you should do meth instead. I'm never doing meth. I've seen people actually die from it. But so it was the logical progression of the story of his life at that point, or at least a filler episode, and that's one of the things that made those videos so special, is that it was providing, information on something that I was looking for, but it also felt like an update on Daniel's story. Yes, I'm talking about hiding in my room. And so I think it would be kind of funny if when I go to Vietnam, next year, uh, and your mom is scary. I don't think you've met my mom or not. Maybe she was in a video. I honestly can't remember the majority of things these days. Um, but like What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I want to kind of have that sort of appeal of like, oh, I'm a vlogger now, you know? I'm a Vietnam guy, but at the same time, it ties into this bigger story of like, oh, you're a depressed Vietnam guy or you're a very nerdy Vietnam guy. Ooh, what's the backstory of this guy? You know? I always really liked that aspect of his videos, and so I would be kind of like, I'm gonna become the fucking hiding in my room of Vietnam, guys. That's what I always aspired to be. Fucking kill me. Stop. Why do I do this? There's actually six viewers of this live stream right now. What's wrong with you people? What are you doing here? Oh my god. The cum fucking Christ. I feel like my throat is actually dead right now. The come down of meth is temporary schizophrenia. It's scary. Yeah, no, as someone who's experienced psychotic symptoms, you know, formerly on the regular, on the regular, I was experiencing fucking hallucinations and shit for quite some time. And mostly when I was younger. That's the thing, is that a lot of doctors tend to talk about it like when you get older, you're going to have more schizophrenic symptoms. My most vivid schizophrenia hallucinations were when I was a little kid. My mom would talk to me about how I was speaking to imaginary people walking around, having full conversations with them. To me it was real, but to everyone else around me it was not. And so, like, the most vivid and consistent hallucinations that I had, for quite some time were, when I was younger. And now I still experience them, but the amount and the degree to which I experience them is very different. There's not a disorder for that. There isn't just like, oh, hey, it's totally normal. You're experiencing less symptoms now. I don't really know what it is. Um, let's see. You know how nerdy I felt when I bought the Neptuna series in my PJs at GameStop? Hell yeah. No, that's the way to live, man. That's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to look so disgusting and rambunctious to everyone on the outside world that your very identity pierces through their soul with disgust and hatred. That is the ideal way to live life. And for the people who see that, who appreciate it, they're going to appreciate it even more because you're being a rebel and you're being who you truly are, instead of conceding to stupid people and stuff. I started watching you recently from a string of Digibro videos. Really cool stuff. I listened to your vids to fall asleep. Thank you. I appreciate I appreciate that my videos can help you. Did you find them through the recommendation feed on Digi's videos, or was it the rant that he did about me? I'd be curious as to find out. Oh boy. But yeah, I think people should always be seeking to be as violently unique as possible. That's the new term I'm gonna create for this. Violently unique. Trying to this may sound incredibly contrarian, and I'm realizing it actually does sound very contrarian, but I think people should exist in rebellion to the matter that surrounds them, the paradigms that surround them. Unless they actually enjoy them. But otherwise, it's a very powerful experience to try and rebel against literally every conceivable standard that you don't enjoy. And so as you live in rebellion against them, and you're walking around in these, very ugly, you know, strange clothes that when people see them, they're like, who the fuck is this asshole? Why is he, wearing such bright spiky clothes everywhere? That feeling of this is supposed to be wrong. You're not supposed to do this. This is a breach of code, is something that I really, really love. And I don't know how to explain it. It's one of those things that like that that act of rebellion, even in your appearance, not just in your ideas, but in your very existence itself, is something that I vibe with a lot. I think it's very cool. I probably just sound like a bitter teenager who, doesn't want to go to sleep when mom tells him to, or something like that. I don't know, but it's cool to me. Oh God. Oh, oh boy. What was I talking about today? I was supposed to I had a topic. I forgot what I was gonna live stream about. I was the loner kid until I was 19. My psychologist told me that I had Asperger's. It made sense and all. Yeah. No, I think like when people get a diagnosis like that, it just kind of contextualizes everything else that you already knew about yourself. You just didn't know what way to frame it, or what what box to put it in. You saw that those behaviors existed, but there wasn't a reason for them existing medically, or, socially speaking. So to everyone else, it just looks like a fuck up, and you end up feeling worse about it, even though you probably understand why they're occurring, you just don't have a term for it. And so once you get a term for it, like everyone kind of understands that, oh, that's an autism thing. They may not understand exactly what an autism thing is, but if you can say that, it becomes more acceptable, you know? Did getting diagnosed at such a late age give you relief or any positive, negative feelings? Yeah, I'd be interested to hear that as well. It's a good question. Um, but yeah, like I think even though I'm not the biggest fan of labels and categories, there is like an obvious societal benefit to them. Uh, it honestly felt pretty good when I found out I was diagnosed with autism. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, is that like if people know you're in a certain category, that they tend to accommodate, or there's like basic rules on how to accommodate these people, then when you mess up or make a weird behavior, there's now an easy, very, very easy lens to explain it with, or to see it with. And so it becomes more simple to people. People don't want big, complex explanations. They want one-liners. They want categories that can put big amounts of people in one box. Even if they don't all fit there, that's what's easier to understand for most people. And it's easier in conversation too, that I don't have to explain every single little nuance of one thing, because now I have a few words that can sum it all up in a way that everybody already understands on an intuitive level, just from hearing it so many times. Um, so I think stuff like that's really cool. But at the same time, I think it can kind of box people in a peculiar position. I don't know what I was talking about. I actually just forgot. I felt like a robot alien in this world. When I got my diagnosis, I felt at home and knew I wasn't alone. I made friends with other autistic dudes on Discord, and now we're good friends. Hey, that's good. I like I like the amount of autistic people who watch these videos, because it's one of those things where like I talk about a lot of mental health stuff, just because, and I know autistic people have it rough, where it's one of those ones where a lot of people understand it on some level, but a lot of people also don't. And so it's a struggle. It's a really big struggle. And so I like when my videos can provide comfort to people experiencing mental problems, you know? And I also like just having a community of people around. Star, do you think anagram and MBTI are positive kinds of labels to use, since you uploaded a professor's lecture about personalities earlier? So I have kind of a complicated relationship with personality tests, because I know on the whole they're bullshit. Like, they are not objectively quantifiable thing. Well, really nothing is, but they're especially not objectively quantifiable, and they're only kind of useful for explaining things in the short term. So, for instance, you do an MTBI test and you see all of these attributes that you can ascribe to yourself very easily, and you fall in line with most of them, then that is a useful tool for assessing who you are as an individual. It's not dogma. It's not something you should run around and say, this is exactly what I am because the test said so, but trying to find a commonality in certain elements, all organized in a fairly orderly manner, in one package, I think is really good for like understanding yourself quickly and having a simple answer to a lot of things, because now you have a reference point by which you can assess yourself. And so I think they're inherently useful because of that, but when they become dogmatic and you make that your entire identity, obviously you're going to have some problems. It's not going to serve its purpose anymore. So I think the main purpose of stuff like that, while it isn't objectively true or even that big of a deal in terms of how you should understand yourself, I do think they can be useful. And they're definitely interesting. One of the main reasons I uploaded those clips was mainly because those clips don't exist on their own anywhere else, and I wanted to be helpful because, I just wanted people who wanted to see those clips to have like one place where they could find them. I like to help out with stuff like that. Like I uploaded the Ema Mouse album Planet Spiral Bio Bombing on my secondary channel some time ago. Like sometimes I just upload clips like that aren't uploaded onto YouTube that I want to help out with them. But I think it's definitely an interesting subject. I think it's something worth reading about, but not taking too seriously. Oh my god. I'm so tired. People ask Star more questions, please. I don't understand. The world is something. People should blow up in 9/11 or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna get called out pretty soon. Probably. I feel like someone's gonna go through all of my videos. I have no evidence to substantiate this claim, by the way. I feel like someone's gonna go through all of my videos and they're gonna go, "Ooh, what you gonna do, Star?" I have I have clips of vulgar anti-Semitism to use against you. I have clips of you accidentally saying someone's gender wrong or something. I don't know, but stupid, dumb caricatures of normal people that don't actually apply to anyone. So you find these things, and you find all of this stuff, and you use it against Star, and it becomes the People versus Star 2020 or something. And I'm like in a courtroom, and then the judge and the jury are all like, "Yo, bitch, what the fuck you doing in here?" And I try to like calmly articulate my case as to why Star should not be persecuted. But sadly the governmental system surrounding me puts me in jail. What I'm saying is someone is going to cancel me. That's what's going to happen. It's left leaning terminology or something like that. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Why do you watch these? I don't understand anything I'm saying. People don't understand just how much I don't understand. That's my stance. I'm very tired. But yeah, ask questions and stuff. Oh boy. My goal in life is to have the most esoteric live streams. The live streams that have the most that not bother the most people, but just look the most weird. So I want to take advantage of like live streaming effects and stuff. I want because I watch a lot of No Thank Yous live streams, and usually what he does is he'll just be like laying in bed or something, and he'll just be like ranting into the camera incessantly, and he'll just keep going on and on. Even if it's slow, he'll just keep going on and on. Or he'll have a live stream of him just making eggs or something, just random stuff like that. I always thought that was so fun. It sort of plays into the whole outlaw ideal of being like an archive of a person or archive of a human being and stuff. Oh boy, is not a good time for Star or something. I don't know. Oh no. I find that your videos are quite impenetrable by normies because they would see hundreds of dark low-res videos and turn it off without understanding point substance, a cancel culture shield. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Finally someone understands it. That's the point, is that, you know, to steal a phrase from Digi, the videos have to be after dark, you know? Is that as soon as you see them, that's quite appealing to me, to be honest. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like, the thing for me is that the videos have to be after dark. They have to be something that, I'm with certain videos, I'll have a clickbait title or thumbnail and it'll be about a relevant subject and I'll get more people to watch the stuff because of that, or I'll have someone post a video on Reddit and it gets really big there. I have these random videos that are like this that are meant to grab more people in, but I only ever expect like 5% of them to stay around. And those 5% who stay around from those popular videos are gonna be like the people who come into these streams, like my fans, the people who, you know, watch all the videos and try to appreciate them for what they are. And that's what I like about that, is that, you're going to have these broad videos every now and again, but the actual subscribers, the actual people coming to the videos are going to be coming to them because they are weird, because I make it overtly, I make it overtly visible on the channel, just on the thumbnails, just on the main page. And so um I had a point. I got very, what did I do with my lighter? I got very scatterbrained. It blends well with the neat theme because the neat is always in the dark of their rooms. Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, it's literally just an authentic experience of what it's like to live a lifestyle like that. That's what I talk about, is that authenticity to me is one of like the most important thing, it's the thing that matters the most to me. I want videos to be as unique and as authentic as possible. So like, if being after dark and, just being as honest and keeping it 100 as I can in presentation and in verbiage, if that's going to be a normie repellent, then that's a sign of good, If the enemy attacks you, it means you're on the right road, to quote a good boy. Um, where's it's what time is it? What time is it? It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. in Kentucky, somewhere in America, somewhere over the rainbow. That's where I am. Somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, the needs are stupid. The stupid people. Keep it up, because neats will find inspiration from your videos and make similar styles. I hope so. Man, I really hope people are going to make similar styles of videos because of these. Because, man, I'm running out. I'm perpetually running out of stuff to watch. Ayo, trapped in my psyche. Hello, how are you doing? But like, that's the thing, is the content. Look, I've been going back through these videos. Let me see, you've got like fucking political shit. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about political shit? But like, I get all these old videos like this. Look, I've seen this video before. I watched this video when it came out. I watched it when it came out. I'm just going through and watching these old videos again. What? President Trump. I don't want to. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about President Trump. Stop. I just want to see entertaining videos, man. I just want to see entertaining videos, man. That's the goal. That's the ideal. And I have to go back and watch a bunch of old stuff that I've already seen before just to be entertained by this fucking platform. It's the nightmare. It's the nightmare scenario. It's like the end of Evangelion, the movie I've never seen where the guy chokes someone or something. That's me every day when I log into the platform called YouTube.com. Every single day, it's just me going, "Oh boy, time to watch something I've already watched a million times," because nothing good that's new ever comes out unless I'm just following politics, you know? Uh, I've been sleeping at 3 a.m. for the past few days. It's 12 RN where I live. The only thing keeping me from neatdom is doing school service learning hours. I feel that. I feel that. I would love to like go to school exclusively at night or something. Like if, I wish there was like I know it exists in college, uh, but in college it's less efficient to do it that way. But like a school for at night, that'd be awesome. When you get 18, what is going to happen to you? I mean, do your mother will help you with money after you get 18? Um, well, basically the plan with that is that probably going to get a job next month. It's just a matter of actually going to the place. It's one of those it's like an agency where you can it's an agency where you can get work and stuff. And so I'm going to go there. I've put in applications for a bunch of places for the last like 2 months, have absolutely no luck. So I'm gonna go to this local agency place which is basically made to give people work experience in the first place. Um, and so I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna get to work that way. And then just save up money there. And just keep on saving up money until, until I can get the student loan, you know. Oh wow, you're almost at 2K. You just hit 1K. I don't think I'm almost at 2K. 1.1K is 1,100. That would mean I still need 900 more subs. I wish I was almost at 2K. That would be really cool. But but yeah, like um see, what was I getting to? What was the point? Oh, so yeah, like basically the idea is to just have, enough income to be a reliable person to give a loan to, and then just get a loan and then go to school in Vietnam. Because the thing is that Vietnamese college is actually really cheap. It's actually very cheap to both live there and go to college. And once I get done with college, I want to try and live in Japan or something. Now, Japan, I think Japan is, if I don't like these other places that I go to, I think it's going to be like the place where I get citizenship, like the ideal place where like I actually live there. But I have to see first because I want that to be like my permanent base, like, the place where I say this is my home long term. But I have to see, I have to go everywhere in order to do that. The first the first real stop is Vietnam though, because I want to live I want to live there while I'm going to school because it just seems like a very practical option in terms of saving money. You only really need to get a 10K loan if you're going to be doing that. As long as you have enough saved up for like your ticket and stuff, it's really only 10K if you factor in cost of living and tuition. Um, do night fill jobs. I heard they're good for neats. Yeah, I wish I could. I think it's because I'm not 18 yet. There's certain types of jobs you can't get. I think that's one of the types of jobs that I'm not allowed to get. I'm going to Japan in 3 years, gonna stay a month. Oh man, I can only imagine how much it costs to save for something like that if you're like working and have to take care of your own home. Good luck, man. Good luck. I I hope I'm gonna get there as well. I know at the very least I'll be going to Vietnam because like you just have to get the loan. Like you have to work for like a year, which is what I'm gonna do, and then just get the loan and then leave as soon as possible because I don't really like want to spare time here. Like, I want to leave as soon as I possibly can and then go to school there. Because I just want to get out. Like, I've been all over the country at this point, like everywhere. I've been like everywhere in the United States. And I've always hated living in the US. Um, I've always just sort of felt negatively about the idea of living here. Even as a little kid, I always felt that way. Um, and so, uh, it sort of solidified just how bad I feel about this country, just how much I don't like it. When I went everywhere in the country, and I've been, through all the states, living in many of them for an extended period of time, I realized just how much I don't like it. But are you planning to study here in the USA? No, no, I'm not. I'm planning to study in Vietnam. Or will you go to another country? If you want to become a citizen in Japan, you have to lose the citizen of the USA first in Japan. They don't accept to. Oh yeah, no, I know. That's my point, is that I want to get rid of my United States citizenship. That is something I want to go away. I actively hate the fact that I have United States citizenship because I hate this country. So yeah, when I say I want to become a citizen of Japan, I mean I want to destroy my United States citizenship as soon as I possibly can. Um, I've always wanted to live in Japan, but when I was stuck by a severe mental illness, I was crying badly at night. My chest gets tight because of it. Yeah, if there's not the proper mental health infrastructure where you're wanting to go, I would recommend trying to uh, trying to get better in life, or like get better at dealing with it, and then you could build up enough control to be able to live there. But it would take some time. Drink more alcohol. That helps with anxiety. Just don't do it all the time. Don't become an alcoholic. Don't go around and say Star told me to be an alcoholic, but that should actually help. Gonna go with a group of friends. A couple want to go for 2 weeks. I have one friend, she said she will stay with me in Japan for a month. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm sure it's nice to travel in groups with people. I don't think I would really be able to I don't think I'd be able to live with another person unless I was having sex with them. I think that would be the only thing that would be able to keep me living with another person. Because boy, I love my friends and stuff, and I would love to have dinner with them and to hang out with them. Don't think I could ever live with other people. I could live with like a kid if I was forced to. If I was forced to take care of a kid, I would do it, but I wouldn't want to. It wouldn't be like the ideal that I'm seeking because I hate kids. And so, um, if it like I think I would only be able to live with someone if I was having sex with them, because that would be like the only perceivable benefit. I just get so annoyed by other people living in a different way in my living space. Um and I it's really difficult for me to cooperate living with other people, and it just feels annoying. I just want to spend time by myself. Um I don't really know what point I was getting to with that. My memory is so bad at this point that I actually forgot. Uh, let's see. I already have a Japanese residence. I'm living in the USA, but the plan is to do business there. I hope to see you there. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd love to meet you. What do you think about EU countries? Are they better than the USA? It depends on which EU country. If you go to a country like Greece, the culture is really cool and the architecture is cool and stuff, but the economy makes things kind of dangerous to live there, and it's unstable because of the EU. And so, you get a country like that that's just totally screwed over by the EU, whereas you have some countries like Germany, the Czech Republic, these types of countries which actually benefit a lot from the grants of being in the EU. So it depends on where you are. Like if it's a richer country or a country that just has a particularly good deal, then I would say those are fine places to live. I think I think a lot of the policies that are in European countries are quite good. You know, Norway, Denmark, the Netherlands, these types of places, you know, generally pretty good laws about stuff that I care about, like drugs or, you know, having free healthcare and stuff. You know, there's generally pretty good policies socially and economically in European countries in comparison to the US. Um, so yeah, no, I would say I would prefer it, but it wouldn't be the ideal. Like I wouldn't want to say like my ideal is living in an EU country because all of them are boring. Like all of the images and footage and stuff I've seen of like the majority of EU countries are just super boring, except for like some of the Eastern European ones. Eastern Europe is a totally different ball game though. Um, Hi, I can't sleep either. Hey, we're not sleeping, bros. Uh, Gabriel, do you speak Japanese? I don't know if he speaks Japanese. Is it true that Japan is xenophobic? From all the studies, papers, and interviews I've watched slash read, I would say they definitely are. There's a lot of prevailing racism in Japan, like especially compared to like first world industrialized countries. But I don't really care because I already feel like an outsider in my own country. Like all of my opinions and like my existence as a human being is going against, you know, the prevailing societal paradigms in which you're told to fall into. So I don't give a fuck. Um, I if if someone is being racist against me, I honestly don't care. I don't leave my house anyway. If I lived in Japan, I would only be leaving the house sometimes. I'm not gonna just automatically leave the house all the time. As a Filipino, I can say Japan is pretty xenophobic. Yeah. Yes, I do speak Japanese. I was watching Etika's memorial live stream from his ex. They were at a carnival. They had a moment of silence for him since the music was playing behind them, and the lyrics said, I'm drowning. It was wild timing for that specific verse to play at that moment. Yeah, it's the thing with the thing with Etika dying was really sad. Like he was just experiencing a lot of really delusional, you know, psychotic types of things. And I mean psychotic in the hallucinatory sense. Like he was you know, his mind just got broken by working all the time and from all of the social media that he wasn't able to handle it ultimately and it kind of put him down a downward spiral. I don't doubt that the medicines that he was on made it any easier. They probably contributed to the overall problem and it's just a really tragic, you know, it's a really tragic. It's a showcase that anybody, you know, anybody has the potential to get fucked over by the world we live in. You know, even someone as positive as that, and I think that's one of the really sad things about it. I have two close friends who are both in Japan, and at the moment, actually, and I asked them about xenophobia, they said no one was ever rude to them, but they are rude, but some saw some towards non-whites. Okay, that makes sense. I guess it depends on where you are. Everyone was freaking out the moment they heard I'm drowning from the song. It was like Etika was trolling from beyond. Yeah, no, that definitely does feel like a emotional moment. I kind of want to go back through Etika's old content. I was never like a huge fan of his stuff, but I feel like it's kind of like a rite of passage, you know, for an RIP. Um, I would love to go out at 12 at night in Japan to the convenience store, seeing all the cool lights and comfy scene. Yeah, I would love to go out at 12 at night anywhere. Anywhere that has convenience stores, restaurants, fast food places, anything like that, where I can just literally walk from my apartment or get a rimshaw or a motorcycle or something, and I can just go there with minimal, you know, with minimal hassle. I just go there and I get food at 12 or 1 a.m. That would be amazing. I would love any place that I could live for relatively cheap and do that at. Um, but also a place that isn't super annoying, like Italy or Germany or something, like I was saying earlier. Um, I'm a kind of an elitist asshole when it comes to like the way that a place looks, if your architecture and your culture are not interesting to me and don't kowtow to my or kowtow. What am I saying? Kowtow. I sound like a fucking retard. And don't kowtow to my, specific interests, then I'm gonna and then I'm gonna fucking, I'm not gonna like it. I'm very, very specific about certain things. Um, but let me see the chat. Oh, okay. Um, but yeah, like I don't really like Europe that much, like as an aesthetic. Some places in the Czech Republic look really nice, like a studio apartment in the Czech Republic looking down at the street. Seems kind of depressing in a kind of comfy way. Really, any cold country, like any country that's like in the east and cold, is kind of sad but comfy at the same time. And I really like that type of feeling. Um, but yeah, um, like Vietnam. Vietnam doesn't have like a whole bunch of 24-hour stores, but in Hanoi, the stores like stay open late enough. So like if if after I'm done doing school and stuff, and or if I'm on break from doing school, for one instance, and my sleep schedule changes to being up at night all the time, I can actually go out and get food and stuff and not have to worry. I was actually pretty surprised at the crime rates. The crime rates in Vietnam, as well as, seeing many of the anecdotal personal stories that people had of living there. It seems like there's not that much crime. Like people don't generally get into violent altercations or robbery or anything like that at nighttime, just walking by themselves. Um, and I think it's interesting that a country as poor as that has easily corruptible police, would still be reported to not have a lot of violent or just crime in general, on a both anecdotal and statistical level. I find those two sets of data really interesting. Do you think it's right for a friend of Etika's to say, I'm more hurt than any of you because he was my friend and he was just your role model? I think anybody can have an impact on someone, even if they never met him. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, just because, just because, someone someone doesn't know someone on that close of a level, the inspiration that they brought you can mean something enough to be able to grieve on the same level. Like if Digi died, like Digi is my favorite YouTuber, and he quite literally saved my life. No joke. Watch the video. Um, like if he died, I would be incredibly sad. I would probably cry because his work just meant so much to me. And I know his family members would feel the same way. And yeah, the sadness isn't the same, but it's also not unequal from one another. They can feel exactly as sad, but for different reasons. But I think the reason Etika's brother probably said that was just because he was upset. He was mourning and sad, and he was taking it out on the world around him. Yes, he says mourning makes everyone say weird shit. I don't know if I would judge them or saying it or not. Yeah, I agree. What do you think of Australia? It's too hot and it's boring. I wouldn't. I call it boring Australia, boring South Wales. It it's kind of like I call Kentucky boring Kentucky, but Australia, what does it have? It has deadly spiders that are annoying and can kill you, but not a big fan of that. The drug laws are really bad. You can't even bribe the police to get drugs. That's a terrible idea. Don't move somewhere like that. Taxes are too high. It's too expensive to live there. It's too hot. Uh, did I say it was too hot? Yeah, there's too much heat there, and it's boring. The architecture is bad except for the opera house. Um, you should live places that aren't so hot, and if you live in a hot place, live in like a jungle or something. because those are actually cool. Australia, it's just sand. It's like, ooh, look at me. I eat Maccas. I eat Maccas instead of McDonald's. Look at me. Cor blimey. You done noshed the shag over there. I done noshed me mom. And I'm like, okay, I got it. I understand. You like eating Maccas and all that. Kangaroos beating each other up. I get it. Deadly spiders, I understand. But I don't I don't know why I just started being really racist against Australians. What I'm saying is that their country is boring and it's like the United States but with personality. Like it has all of the bad qualities of the United States and more while also actually having an identity. So it's actually easier to shit on than the US because the US has no tangible identity that you can make fun of. It's just the US. But Australia, they actually have a culture, and so you can point at it and say, look, Australian culture, bad. Next thing you know, you'll be throwing a boomerang, riding kangaroo, and aborigines sniffing petrol. Yes. Uh, Gabriel, add me on Discord. I've been learning it, but I plan on practicing output a little later. I'm focusing more on input. Chris, I'm not gonna read that. Yeah, it's always good to have language learning friends. Chris has me on Discord as well. If you want my Discord's just public. Why do I have to say that? It's just public. Uh, oh boy, rip. Get an F in the chat for Etika. Rip Etika. Literally all of this is just political stuff and old Digibro videos. I get no good recommendations anymore. Nothing. Zilch. Nana. Absolutely nothing. F. Joking, by the way. What were you joking about? I didn't see what you were joking about. Do I have the chat on correctly? Oh, live chat. Oh, F for Etika. Oh, okay, now I can see all the messages. The best part of Australia are the Asian Australians, like Asian Americans, but more fuckable. I agree. Yes. I find it wholesomely hilarious that the community acknowledging Etika's old desires to have no bitch niggas on his tombstone. That is pretty funny. I'm actually just going back through the chat to find the stuff. Wow, the YouTube censored a lot of C's messages. I don't know what that's about. If you're white, you can manage. If you're another Asian, you absolutely must learn Japanese well enough to assimilate. I want to learn Japanese well enough to assimilate just because I think the idea of being an expert in English and Japanese is really cool, and I want to rub it in people's faces. And also, I want to be able to understand the friends that I make better and to connect with them on a deeper level. The longer that you spend somewhere, you're usually going to get it more fluent than your native language. Like if you live, if you were born in Sweden, for instance, you lived 20 years in Sweden. Well, if you lived for 40 years in Italy and all you ever do is take in Italian, then you're going to be better at Italian than Swedish. And like it's mostly about time, the more time you put into something, the better you're going to be at it. So like if I wanted to be better at Japanese than I am at English, then I would just have to speak and read in Japanese for longer all the time than I had been doing for English previously. And I'm young enough to do that. I think it would be kind of interesting if I was able to. Um, but no, I like the idea of being an expert in a language or being able to be really good at expressing things, understanding the deeper nuances of it. I have a friend who their native language is Dutch, right? And they're actually better at writing in English than in Dutch. And like it's because they just experience so much English stuff and just use it all the time. It's theoretically possible with really any language. Let's see what's going on here. Were you a player back in high school? Tell us, man. Everyone knows you've been hitting it hot. Um, I mean, I mostly am hitting it hot because people on Discord or on YouTube say, "Hey, Star." I'm interested in you because you talk real well. You got a purty mouth. And I'm like, all right, what's the cut of your jib, lady? And then I talk to them and then send nudes back and forth and then find out that women are boring. So I think most of the most of the reason why I've had relationships is because YouTube just puts you out there to literally everybody, and eventually after your videos have been posted on Reddit enough times, you're gonna get some kind of crazy girl, trying to sext with you and stuff. I have like no interest in it. That's the thing, is that I get to doing it and then I just don't care. I end up just playing video games or something. Um, in high school, when I was in school, I basically never dated. I dated one girl, and it was because I wanted to help her because she was really depressed and suicidal and stuff, and I was trying to be a good person. That relationship ended really badly, but beyond her, I was never really with anyone in high school, no. I'm gonna donate at least $100 to 200 to Endless Jess. I hate the fact that a huge influence of mine is homeless. Gonna donate it to him around October, whether or not he's still homeless. Yeah, that would be really sweet. I feel the same way about Jesse. I just don't have any money to give to him. Okay, I will add you. Well, okay, whatever. If something happened to Jess, I would cry. Yeah, no, I think I'd be the same way. Or you were trying to AJAT for Japanese, weren't you? I'm still trying to AJAT. I just don't do it as much. Like during this live stream, when I first started AJATing, I had the Japanese on even when I was doing streams like this, and now I just don't have it on all the time. But I'm still basically doing AJAT method. Like I'm doing RTK still. And I'm trying to get in as much input as I can. So I'm basically doing AJAT, but just less intense. The website is an anime website who have literary who literally have methods who can help you, and at the same time, if you watch anime, make it fun. Cool. Um, Based. I don't know what he said based to. I think it was the girlfriends thing. But no, it's weird for me because I think if like the physical component existed, if it wasn't just talking over the internet, I would be way more interested. And even then, like I feel like if I actually had someone with me in physical person, I would still be pretty isolated just because that's literally always how I am. You could dangle, racks of the most harmless but powerful drugs to me in the world, and I probably still wouldn't leave my room if it was at, the wrong time. So I'm the type of guy who's going to spend a lot of time alone. And so if I were in a physical relationship, I would need that space to be upheld. I would need someone who would be totally okay with me not always being around. Um, and so, uh, that's always been one of the big problems in relationships is, for me at least, is not being able to have enough alone time. But like, I'm just not good at talking over the internet with someone and then maintaining a connection. So, it's one of those things where I would need it to be in physical person, and I would need the person to be incredibly understanding of me needing to be alone quite often, which seems like too much work. Have you watched Welcome to the NHK? Yes, that was one of the first anime I've seen. I want to make a video on it actually pretty soon. It's my second favorite anime. I love it very much. At Star, do you have any advice in general for getting over a relationship? Um, I would say just know that the passage of time is going to be there. It's really hard for me to articulate this because I had a really terrible breakup in 2018 that I think probably messed me up more than almost any life experience that I've had. And I don't want to get too much into details of other things, but I've had some pretty messed up life experiences. And so um, that like it felt like I was going to die. That's how it felt every single day. Like my mind and body were telling me I am dead. Like I felt like a zombie. I felt like a zombie who was going to have a heart attack at any moment. Um And so when you're in a mind state like that, it's incredibly, incredibly hard to not feel like you're gonna fail. You know? It feels like the entire world is against you and you're just going to die. And you feel so much pain that that just feels like the inevitable outcome of your existence. But if you give it 5 months, 6 months, if you just give it enough time, and I know that sounds like a lot to a lot of people, but I'm a very emotional guy when it comes to this stuff, or at least I used to be. Um, if you give it enough time, and if you realize in the back of your mind that if enough time passes, this isn't going to bother me anymore, then you will get over it. You just need the time. And I would recommend like working on a hobby and trying to like eat as many foods as you enjoy. Not all the time. Don't overeat. Play video games you love, spend time with people you care about, or if you need to be alone, just be alone or write poetry or try to get the emotions out in a creative way. It's not going to entirely work. It's not going to get everything out at first, but if you just keep staying at it and trying to live things day by day, eventually enough time will pass where the sting and the hurt of the relationship is gone, and you won't feel sad about it anymore. I've only ever really had to do this once. Oh shit, I almost dropped the phone. I've only ever had to do this once. Every other relationship I've been in, I never really got that upset when it ended. There was only one that like really messed me up. But I don't usually get that attached in almost any relationship I'm in. It's very difficult for me to feel love in a romantic sense. Extremely difficult. Let me see. How do you know if the meditation is working for AJAT? I tried it for 3 days. I meditated for like 10 minutes, then increased it to 15. Then first time it felt real slow, then the second time went by quick. Um, I think it takes a couple of months. Uh, I like meditation because it calms me down, and I don't know how it's working for AJAT. I just know it helps stay calm and keep things in perspective. I didn't get my first GF or first kiss until 21, LMAO. I mean, I haven't had much physical contact either. It's just been over the internet. I am now 26. I've had dates which has led to nothing more than one date from what I hear from third parties if they are mutuals or friends of. Mine come off as friend. Haven't been on a date in a year. The website for Japan is free and will help you with Japanese. Pretty sure I'm destined to be alone. Sort of accepted that. I mean, it depends on it depends on who you find. Like, I think as long as you don't give up hope, eventually you'll find someone who complements, the things that you can't do, like someone who is able to be mutually beneficial to be with you, and who you do care about and who cares about you. It's just a matter of finding the right person who feels that way and who, is able to accept you for exactly who you are and wants to make things work and has traits that can ultimately be beneficial to have around, someone who fills in the gaps that you can't fill and all that stuff. How does a 9 to 5 job at the office sound, Sonny Jim? Just give the manager a firm handshake. Remember, no pain, no gain. Also, ask that girl for her email. Come on, don't be shy. I haven't been. Did Jim say something? Sonny Jim. I'm assuming he's talking to Jim. Um, but yeah. I mean, like, it's not a bad idea if someone, if you want to be with someone, you should tell them that. You just have to find the right moment and then be completely honest. But don't waste anyone's time. Just be honest about it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, you can move on. That's the thing is that I've just become very cynical about it. Like I feel like I've had all of the moments of my heart breaking in a big, big way. Where now at this point, whenever a relationship goes wrong, or I don't feel that it's worth keeping, it never really bothers me that much. It's just kind of something that happens. Um, but the one time where it really bothered me, it felt terrible. One of the worst experiences I've ever had. I don't think I could ever feel like that again. Um, just because it was too, it was too big. It was too emotional. Like once you've experienced emotions that big one time, it's one of those things where like you just don't feel it again. Like at this point, I feel totally numb to that type of thing just because it doesn't affect me the same way anymore. And once you've experienced so much pain, it's kind of difficult to feel it. Sugar mamas are everywhere. That's for those who don't want to work. I mean, I want to work. I want to be a independent entrepreneur who does translation, freelance translation of Japanese, Vietnamese, Korean, this type of thing, Asian stuff, my thing. Um, my my first relationship was with narcissists. When they dismissed you, they say some real nasty shit. She told me if I knew I was held at psych wards, she would not date me. It hurt a lot. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's some people who are just totally unwilling to accept you and your experience, and because they're unwilling to see the positive parts that outweigh the negative parts, or sometimes like social status to some people, like that's their entire life. And so if they feel like you're not going to be as good in the social hierarchy, the love that they feel for you doesn't matter because now they see, oh, they don't make me look good. And that's that's the unfortunate thing. A lot of people are kind of self-obsessed about that type of thing. It's just conditioning. It's so hard to read English texts on internet without commas. I don't understand this shit. That's what happens when you learn English from learning grammar, man. If you only understand abstract grammar rules, then you're not going to have the sheer experience. Like the reason when I went online and I saw people with shitty grammar, the reason I understood it was because I've just seen English so many times that like once you see it so many times, you're always going to have a rough idea of what it looks like. So I would recommend just read more. Read as much as possible, and then eventually it'll make more sense. More exposure. The answer is always exposure. People don't understand this is that the one answer that the back pocket, the domino that falls into everything being in place every time is always going to be exposure. That's always going to be the most important thing. More exposure if you want to get better at understanding stuff. So basically what I'm saying is get good. Get good, man. Do it. Do it. I don't like that I like Sicko Mode so much. Have you heard the song Sicko Mode? It's actually the best. I don't know if I can play it on live stream without getting copyright claimed. I literally just got unbanned. I just got unbanned. Um, I just got unbanned from putting copyrighted stuff on my videos, and because of that, I don't want to be too risky now. But at the same time, I'm Say10. By the way, we met on Noriko's server, so greetings, Noriko. Noriko. Oh, you're the Australian sounding guy, aren't you? Okay. I know who you are. I talked to you there. Yeah, I think I still have you on Discord. Hello. Um, it was yeah, you were a fun guy to talk to from what I remember. Um, yeah, like I would not expect is that Hannibal Buress as your avatar? I would have not expected that to be you cuz your Discord had a much different profile picture and stuff. Um, but yeah. But this song is the best. The Sicko Mode by Travis Scott is the best song. I don't want to play it too loud cuz then I'll get but it has all these cool beat changes and stuff. Like this song is really like trashy on some level. I mean most trap music is trashy, but I really like the song. It has lots of cool beat changes and stuff. Travis Scott kind of reminds me of Lil Yachty. Like Lil Yachty is one of my favorite artists as well, and when I tell that to people, they get very perplexed because they're like, "What the fuck, Lil Yachty? How could you like that guy?" But um, uh, Travis Scott's music reminds me a lot of Lil Yachty, and it's just comfy. It's comfy music you can listen to. I had a big trap phase where all I listened to was trap music all the time. I used to be so into trap music, and now I just don't particularly care that much. Oh no, look at me. This is me. Look. This is a live rendering. It's a live rendering of outlaw content right here. Whoa. This is like some futuristic stuff, dude. This is futuristic stuff. I can see things. Have you heard of Shenanigans that sampled SpongeBob? Shenanigans. I think I've heard that song, yeah. It's pretty lowbrow, but it sampled SpongeBob, so it's an infinite bop. I love how I love how trap artists are just getting like more and more specific with the things that they sample. That's always very fun. Um, I think my favorite band of this decade is honestly JPEG Mafia. Because JPEG Mafia, they're not like a trap artist, but there's certain like definitive trap elements are in their music, you know? It's clear. But like I think they're like my favorite artist of the decade because they're just so unique. They take the trap formula and turn it into something very, very special. Taking from all different types of hip hop and kind of mashing it up in this very experimental package. This album, Veteran's one of my favorites. It's got a lot of like moments of just harsh noise that are just in there. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, man, JPEG's Mafia's voice is so fucking good, especially when he's doing a banger. Ever heard of Dumb Found Dead? I think I've heard them at one point. What do you think of Future Funk? Future Funk is very, very good. Um, it's like vaporwave but more upbeat. Why are you writing in Hebrew? It's like vaporwave but more upbeat, and it has this kind of it takes the nostalgic aesthetic and the sort of sadness that vaporwave has as an undercurrent, as a sort of critique of capitalist commodification in the context of vaporwave. I think future funk has some of that, but it's just in the background, and it comes off more as like a critique of party culture while also reveling in the kind of indulgence that party culture has at the same time, sort of acting as a critique that you simultaneously enjoy for what it is critiquing in its very structure. Um, let's see here. Have I listened to synthwave? I like synthwave a lot. Really anything that kind of takes pop aesthetics and electronic pop and then kind of moves it around in an interesting way, experiments with it, I think is good. Synthwave is nice. Listen to Wash, Rocket Man, Hit and Run, and We Might Die from Dumbfounded. He makes lyrical music, but with mainstream sound, and it's fucking great. One of my favorites. I'll check it out. Let me see here. I'll put it in bookmarks or something. Let's see. Dumbfounded. Now you're getting the real star experience here. Dumbfounded. What was the name of the song? Wash. Yeah, I'll just put it in my. No, I can look at it right now. Wait a minute, is this that Asian guy? Wait, is this? This is the Asian guy. I've heard this guy before. This guy's fucking great. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, I love this guy, man. I fucking love this guy. Yeah, no, I'm gonna add this to my music playlist because the lyrics are really good, the flow's really good. I can't believe I forgot about this guy. He's so good. Yeah, no, this guy, he gets you can't see the other thumbs up, but he gets two thumbs up from me. Very good stuff. Um, I'm a big fan of this guy. It's actually in my recommended feed. Look at this. Look at this. It's in my recommended feed right now. This guy Blade, they call him, but he's actually called Blade. He's one of my favorite artists, period. This Swedish boy, he's sort of like Young Lean, but more powerful. No, I love Young Lean as well, but the music. Reaching. Yeah, this guy's so good. I see my medallion. Yeah, this guy's really good. I love this guy. I really love this guy. Did you ever look up Russell, Asian dude? When we spoke on Discord, I told you about him. Yeah, I listened to the songs, the songs that you linked. There's very good stuff. I like Russell a lot. This song is very good as well. Um, this one, I like this one a lot. Oh, this one's good. For You, I like this song a lot. My Raven. Yeah, this is all of this is good. All of Blady is a 10 out of 10. One of my favorite artists, period. I really love Blade. Uh, what other artists do I like? I'll just show you music. What other I like the Smiths, dude. Give me an F in the chat for Morrissey. I like the Smiths a lot. He's a good man. Good music or something. Good good music. Are you planning to join the gym? Why the fuck would I join the gym, man? Why would I do that? Why would I sell my soul to the gym? I can just go home. Wait, no, that doesn't work. I can just uh what was I gonna say? Oh, I can just exercise at home, man. Why would I need to go to the gym? Why would I go to the gym? Man, I'm glad Russell. I told Russell that I'm happy he did not kill himself. Wasn't even sure how I was gonna word any of that stuff to him when I met him, especially after what happened with Etika. Who knows, maybe to train your body, but I don't want to train my body. What's the point? As long as I stay relatively healthy enough, what is the point of training your body? Um, no, I'm glad he didn't kill himself as well. It's always really tragic when an artist, especially a young artist, who has more things to say, hasn't finished all of their things that they have to say. When you lose them, it's always really, really tragic when that happens. So I'm glad he's still here. You can do that in your house. I know I can do that in my house. I can do that just by standing up. Literally just by walking back and forth in your house. You're doing more to help your body than, just by standing up, you're doing more to help your body than an entire jog. I can see if I can find the study where it talks about this, but if you just stand up all the time, it's actually really, really good for you. So I always try to make an effort to like do exercises and stuff in my room, but also to just be standing up and pacing constantly, so I'm always moving. Constant movement's really important for keeping up energy. For the same reason you train your mind, with meditation you can train your body, but what is the intention of doing it? Like, I understand. I understand that, with I almost put you in timeout. I didn't I messed that up. Like I understand that the point is to train your body, but to what end? Like what does that do? Yeah, there's physical benefits, but why? Like why do you need them? What are you trying to do to make it to where um what was I talking about? Oh, no, why are you trying to get the physical benefits, you know? Like literally there's no reason to do it unless your intention is to be physically healthy. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to be overly healthy. I just want to have the baseline of health that you need. There's no reason to overdo it. If you're trying to train your mind with meditation, you're doing that because you have a specific goal in mind. I have my goal with meditation is just to have a clearer mind. If I wanted to do physical exercises and stuff, I would be doing that because I would have the goal of being more physically fit, which I don't have. Look up Japanese breathing exercises. I do it off and on, but if I do it every day, almost every day for 5 to 10 minutes, I normally lose 1 to 3 pounds a month just by doing that. Her channel is Coco Hayashi. I think I've heard of her. I've seen a lot of Japanese exercising channels over the years because I'm insane. I tend to get lazy sometimes. I don't do it. Yeah. No, I'm like that with a lot of things. I was like that with Japanese not too long ago. Was I spent like almost a week off or something, and I got back up to it. I fixed it, but that was kind of scary. I just like gave up for a little while, but I'm back at it now, so it's okay. But um, no, I think everyone has moments of inconsistency with stuff. They're like, oh, I'm not being consistent now. Oh no, how does that work? I don't have the chords for this. I got this some time ago. This Japanese console. Where is enable flash? Yeah, this the Sega Saturn. This. I don't have the chords for it. I got it for really cheap, like no money on was it Yahoo? Some kind of auction. I got it for really cheap. And I just never had the money to buy the chords for it. And I really want to play it, but I don't have the money to buy the chords for it. And it's been so long now. It's just been sitting here. It's just been sitting here. I just need to cash Patreon. That's what it is. Patreon, there should be actually a lot of Patreon money coming in this month. But I don't know if I want to spend them on fucking chords or not, because I should be spending it on something to improve the videos. So I'm probably going to have to wait a while, because my priorities are to use that money to actually make the videos better. Um, but yeah. How is the chat doing in general? Do you guys have any questions? There's 7 viewers. 7 viewers. How did that happen? It's been like consistently like 7 viewers. It's pretty insane to me. Ooh, I like this song. This kind of gives me Lil Peep vibes. Do you guys like Lil Peep? Do you normally prefer your bedroom without any light, or is that just because of this video? I actually hate the light. I really, really hate the light. When I was little, when I was a kid, I didn't want to go outside, partly because I was told not to, because I had a heart condition that said you shouldn't go outside a whole bunch and stuff. But I've never really liked the sunlight very much. The sunlight hurts my eyes, gives me a headache. I don't like going out in the sun. I don't like seeing the sun. Makes me tired and rowdy, anxious and stuff, angsty. And so I've always, as soon as I get home, as soon as I get into my room, I've always turned the light off. Always been the first thing I do. And I think I just naturally prefer that. Like, that's just always been the way that I am. I've always liked to stay in the dark. Um, and so I think it's just, yeah, it is just a preference. I just prefer, I really prefer just not having any light in the bedroom. I've always been that way. So in the videos, it's a authentic, accurate representation of how I live, basically. Have you heard of NF? Look up When I Grow Up, Witty Lowry, Peace of Mind 4, or Travis Thompson, look up Need You. Uh, I'm pretty sure you're talking about music. I haven't heard of either of these people. Low quality of your videos gives it a good vibe. Don't make it technically better, please. Yeah. No, I don't want to change the technical stats of my videos except for audio. So I think audio is pretty important. Um, the only thing I really want to change is audio, and then I want to get like a better tripod so I can have better camera angles. So I would be able to like put the camera in more places. And then when I say upgrading the quality, I don't just mean equipment. I also mean like getting posters and stuff to have a better environment to record in. So yeah, so when I say upgrading equipment, I mean better audio, better scenery, posters, etc. And then better what's the third thing? Uh a better tripod to put the camera at more camera angles. Those are basically the only things being affected. I like the low quality as well, so I don't want to change it. Um, Let me see. Yeah, look up those songs from them. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, my head. My head has been hurting all day. All day it's been like this. I don't know what it is. Oh. Did you hear how Andrew Yang got robbed at the debates? They turned his mic off. Honestly, I'm not surprised because the Democratic Party always cheats people. Like they cheated Bernie in 2016. So like uh I'm just so sad. I'm so sad Andrew Yang got his fucking mic cut off. That's terrible. If you ever do digi style talking head videos, definitely hide a shitpost image among the posters you hang up. Yeah. Yeah, no, I would love to do vlogs that have a backdrop like that because that's always been like something that I've admired about his content and have wanted to mimic in my own way. So I want to put like let me think of a poster. Let me see if I can find this. There's a pretty funny poster that I like a lot that I want to put up on my wall. One thing I don't like about Yang is he needs more of a backbone. I agree. Honestly, I don't even think UBI is like that good of an idea economically because if you look at like the history of UBI has always been to make wages go down and stuff, and it's kind of like they end up making a bunch of cuts to Social Security and stuff. Like UBI kind of has a peculiar history with really like anti-union libertarian types of people. So I would still get it anyway. I would still prefer to have UBI than what we have now just because I would want to have like money that I could save up really fast, but it's like pretty sure it's like bad for inflation and stuff or something. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I want to get this shirt. I want to get this shirt. Look at this. Or this is a poster. It says uphold Hoj's Posada's thought. Look at this. They're literally nuking people in the background. It's a bunker and then they're nuking people. I love this shirt. Uh 4 a.m. gonna knock out at 4:30. Try at least I don't sleep. Yeah, good night, man. If you're going to sleep. Um Yang is the best one up there. Even though he's gonna do fucking neoliberal UBI, he's the best one. Give me my free money, basically. Give me my free. Uh, okay, I'm gonna go learn some language. Goodbye. Good luck. Good luck, good sir. Uh, Yudochi. Yudochi. Honestly, there is no point in talk about politics and is boring. I mean, there's no real point in doing it. Is Gabe in your Discord? No, I've never talked to Gabe before. I don't even have him on Discord. Yeah, no, I agree with you. That like there isn't a point to it in the sense that like because the world is most likely just gonna blow up anyway, there's not much of a point to it, but I just find it interesting. So the reason I do research about stuff is because I find it interesting. And like with something like Yang, like it would actually benefit your life to vote for him. Like it would be a quick, direct benefit in your real life to have him as president. So I think it's a little bit important, you know. It is a little bit important if you want to try and impact your own life in some way. Do you think World War III will happen in our lifetime? I don't want to think about that. I hope people are smart enough not to use nuclear bombs, but a lot of scholars and experts seem to say that in the next 50 years there might be a nuke that's used, and the way that we keep our nukes and keep them protected from blowing up and stuff is all with like MS-DOS computers and like really outdated technology. We don't take care of the nukes, basically. Um, I think it would be like, I really wish we just got rid of all of them. Like, make some kind of international trade deal and just everyone gets rid of their nukes. Um, but we don't have that, and so maybe there will be World War III. I hope not. I really, really hope not. But we'll see. If it blows up, that's fine. It was gonna blow up anyway. Climate change is gonna explode everything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Trapped in, I have your ID. I will add you. Okay. Oh, that's my stance, is that nothing matters. Is that it only kind of matters, because it's interesting in the emotional moment, but otherwise it doesn't matter. Nothing does. Woo. Look at me. I'm nihilistic. Look at me. I've read Nietzsche. I've read, what's his name? Kierkegaard. Yeah, no. Dude, Kierkegaard, Soren Kierkegaard was like the digibro of philosophy. He like literally his entire ideology was like it was like anti-nihilism is about marketing, not morals or something. Like that was Kierkegaard's thesis statement when he said the cure to nihilism is to take a leap of faith and become a fucking Christian. Absolutely weak. American missiles Sios have been found 00 as their passwords basically unprotected. What the hell? Why are these people in government so incompetent? What the hell? Oh my god. Yeah, and we have to spend, what is it, like trillions, like multiple trillion dollars to, multiple trillion dollars to refurbish our nuclear equipment. Just get rid of all the nukes. Like, no one would even have to have nukes if the US didn't have nukes, because we're the one who threatens everyone. My guess is Trump wins 2020. Yeah, I agree. The people who are going against him realistically, I don't see them as beating Trump as much as the majority of us don't want him in office. The thing is that a lot of the people who voted for Trump just voted for him because he looked like a change, like he was different than everybody else. So they were like, well, our system is broken, so let's just have this guy. I'll roll the dice on this guy because no one had faith in the other candidate. And I feel like if the DNC goes with another shitty candidate, which they probably will, let's be real here, they'll probably just cheat the vote and put in Joe Biden or something. They're gonna lose. And then Trump will just win again. And let's hope he doesn't blow anybody up, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care. I think all the politicians are pretty much the same anyway. The Simpsons predicted Trump, then a female president right after. Trump wins 2020, then 2024, the first female president. Man, the Simpsons was pretty smart about this shit, to be honest. Like, they've predicted a lot of events just as jokes. And I feel like The Simpsons kind of has like this cosmic otherworldly will that's able to just see these things when none of us can. Pretty cool. I remember when I watched every Simpsons ever marathon on FFX, or was it FXX? It was some kind of TV channel like that. It was it was just Simpsons for 24 hours a day for like weeks, and I tried to watch as much as I possibly could without sleeping. And sometimes people had to take over the TV, and it made me upset because I wanted to watch literally every episode. What if a female with the last name Simpson runs in 2024? God, I hope so. I hope we have Oprah Winfrey running. Just Marianne Williamson is literally just Oprah Winfrey. Like, who gives a fuck? She's the same person with less charisma. Like, we have to have Oprah. We have to have an Oprah presidential candidate, man. That's gonna be 20. That's gonna be 2024. Fucking hell. I understand that it is not good to be ignorant about how the government works, but is better to focus on us in a personal way, like build our own kingdom in this world. Now, I agree. Uh, I think you should always be seeking to try and understand yourself and the people around you as good as you possibly can, and to have a plan, have, you know, learn coping skills and how to how to how to deal with life. But I also think learning about politics can be just an interesting hobby. Like for me, it's a hobby. It's just something I find interesting. The Simpsons thing is just predictive programming. Most likely, yeah. I want Jesus Christ to come down from the sky during the 2024 Democratic Convention and reveal that The Simpsons was the third testament. Yes. Yes. This is we need this to happen. Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to my Welcome to my car review. Today I'm going to review the top ten Mercedes in the United States. I have the biggest cars. What did I just do? Did I? We are painfully ignorant about the subject of race in this country. Uh, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna start reviewing cars. I've become rich now. I've made money on Patreon. I'm rich now. The Bible too, still automobiling. Yes, yes. That is my other favorite band. This probably is my favorite band. Is Andrew Jackson, Andrew Jackson Jihad. There's this really good song called Little Prince. I was listening to it earlier by AJJ. It's very good. Did you see what I sent you on Discord about Etika? I haven't been on Discord for most of today. So if it was today, I didn't hear it. But if it was before, I probably heard it. Now this song is really good. I found out he was obsessed with the number 9. Everything I do. This song is so good. This song. Andrew Little Prince. This song. Yeah, it's off the Ghost Mice AGJJ Split album. Be wealthy is not just to have digital numbers in your bank, but to live the life you want to live. That's the truth of wealthy, and yeah, I can see what you doing looking for your own way. Buff, real birds. I used to sing just off the cuff, but I can't remember anything anymore. Flock of wild birds. From this planet. Uh, oh my god, this is like the best part of the song. Let me see. But yeah, you gotta be rich in the own context, man. You have to live the life you seek to live and stuff, or something like that. Took advantage of a flock of wild birds to make my name from this planet. I'd like to take advantage of a flock of wild birds. Make my escape from this planet. This planet. Let's see. 9 means spiritual birth. He liked a video about it. In his Iceman-like playlist, 9 you must be born again, living of spirit, life everlasting. Sounds like some schizophrenic stuff. I feel like that was a part of his delusion or something. Lol, we are all awake here like nothing. Yeah, no, it's what time is it? It is what time? It's 3:17. 3 tween, where I live. That's the time. That's the time of day. This is a really good cover right here. This Do you guys like Neutral Milk Hotel? My recent video called Song Against Sex is a reference. It's a reference to a Neutral Milk Hotel song off their first album, by the way. But this is a good cover. It's spicy. It's blacker than black. We're fan. I'm listening to hear where you are. Here in Michigan, it is 4:18. Hell yeah, gotta live the neat life, man. Two-headed boy on day shoes. And it's called Two-Headed Boy. Two-Headed Boy by Andrew Jackson Jihad. Probably 4 years ago, I would. Well, this is too loud. Probably 4 years ago, I would spend nights memorizing AJJJ lyrics. Now watching you stream yourself hum to AJJJ and Nymph. Probably the most comforting thing I've heard all summer. Oh, I'm glad I can provide that, man. They're the best. AJJJ is the best. I wanna. There's a really good song by them. It's called "Growing Up." Let me see here. Growing up. Growing up fucking sucks. Okay, let me see here. This is one of my favorite songs. Growing up really fucking sucks. Much stuff. Don't make enough. Oh my god, this song is like my life. I'm gonna turn to dust. Turn to dust. I'm afraid I don't care. No, afraid I don't care. I should live stream, but I get this weird anxiety I have yet to live stream ever since I grew in subs. Just live stream for yourself, man. If you want to live stream, do it. It's if people are negative, just ban them from the chat or don't let them bother you, man. Subs are gay. I agree. Care. I'm afraid I don't care. I can tell you, in my experience dating and traveling, the different in how the majority here are brainwashed. Yeah, fuck Americans. If you're American, fuck you. Kill yourself. Folk punk is like astrology for white guys. Yes. Yes. That's how it works. It's like there's a song called Cigarettes by AJJJ that I really like. Let me find it. Yeah, folk punk is the best genre, unironically best genre. If anyone says otherwise, they're wrong. This is the best song ever. Any cigarettes? Smoking makes you cool. Smoking makes you cool. Have a smoke and you'll never go broke, and you'll be the most popular kid in school. Kid in school. Of Marlboro Miles. Animal Cash. Smoking makes you cool. And smoking makes you rule. Just light up a smoke and you'll never go broke. And you'll be the most popular kid in school. But only if you smoke Parliament. Hell yeah. That song is the greatest song ever. It is I love that song so much. It's so good. I say otherwise, but it's good when you're 16. Yeah, no, I got into folk punk when I was like late into being 15, later into being 15. I've just always been listening to folk punk since then. How about a Kazoo Sanana C in Can't Mountain. Can't Mountain is so good. It's one of my favorite albums. All of the instrumentation on there is simple yet interesting. AJJJ is the dumb version of good music. I mean, it is like the bass chords and the sounds that are made are very simple and like dumbed down. But I think that's part of the charm is the rawness of it. I think where AJJJ really shines isn't just in how the voice interacts with the lyrics. It's also in the fact that the lyrics are very direct and punchy, and there's a lot of really good jokes. Like take for instance the song I Love You. It's like he's talking about running over dogs and he's talking about like being a meth addict and stuff, but like the lyrics of the song are inherently funny just from the way that they're written. And so, like, I think the fact that, like, the songs have very simple chords that all of us can get behind and go, oh, that's a chord that resonates with human beings. And then you can add these kind of fun, coy, sarcastic lyrics over them about very specific issues that are close to my heart, that I can relate to. I think that mix between comedy and sincerity, as well as like the fact that the music is so direct, is part of the big appeal of the band. I want to do a if you've seen Digi's video on all of Mindless Self-Indulgence's albums or like the other videos that he's done where he's talked about entire discographies of his favorite bands. I want to do that, but for Andrew Jackson Jihad. I just have to like have all of the albums physically because I'm autistic about showing them on camera. But I want to do a video where I go through all of their music and then edit in segments of songs and stuff. Why do I keep adding an extra J? I don't think I do that. I'm basically the Etika, Endless Jess, and Mumkey of my group of friends, weird but likable. That's why I enjoy your content so much. That's that's the best way I can describe my personality if I were to. Ever meet me and hang out and I get comfortable. Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to have a person who is similarly, what is the word, in accordance to, that's not the word, close to, similarly close to the PCP in parameter, diameter, whatever. I can't words. I don't understand words about fuck. Uh, I don't know a good comparison. Who can you compare me to? People in the chat. Who am I most similar to on YouTube? Because I can't identify myself with an ideology. I can't identify myself with another person. I just feel uniquely autistic, like some kind of special snowflake bullshit. My cousin was trying to burn his citizenship. Citizen? What? And in the Secretary of State, something told him that he could not destroy his citizen because he just have one now. He is in Hawaii. Do you mean his citizenship? Do you mean he was trying to destroy his citizen? I'm so confused. Listen to Black Cray, you normie. I'll listen to it right now. You're Gibby from the PCP. Give on take? You think I'm like give on take? Really? Wow. I don't think I've ever been compared. I don't think I've ever been compared to Gib on take or Hypocrite. Um, yeah, like what makes you say that? That is a very specific person to compare me to. I'm fascinated now. Black Cray. I think I might have listened to this. Um, oh, okay. Sick Boy Rari. Okay, I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, no, I think I've listened to this guy before. Oh, okay, okay. This is the guy with the really cool music videos. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Gang shit. Gang shit. Yeah, this guy's great. This guy, hell yeah. Um, but how do you think I'm similar to Hypocrite? I'd be very interested to hear that. I've been yelling really loud. It's 3 a.m. It's 3:30 a.m. where I live. I really shouldn't be yelling this loud at nighttime. I wish I lived alone. Citizenship, yes. Lol, my corrector is triking me. Okay. Yeah, you can't burn your citizenship. You have to formally give it up, and then normally Normally it's in the process. It's in the process of getting citizenship somewhere else. Who's messaging me? Let me check my You're a lifesaver. Thanks so much. Okay. Uh this is Discord, by the way. If any of you want to add me on Discord, look. That's my Discord at star. It's star 3355. Discord if you ever want to add me on there. I don't know. Oh, imagine being alive. What a joke. Imagine like existing and enjoying it. Huh. I don't know. You seem to fit more the vibe of his personality in terms of you're mellow like him and stuff. Okay, no, that makes sense. Yeah, like I I used to be like really high energy on streams and stuff because I just always wanted to have more and more things to say to sort of inundate the audience with as much information as I could because I thought that was going to be the only way that I was going to be entertaining. But over time, as I've done videos, I've kind of learned to value these more like slow, panning, mellow types of jokes or just ways of speaking in general. There can be a certain value to it, and it's very comfy. So I value that type of speaking the more that I listen to it because, as you get more in tune with YouTube and you learn how to do it, and you end up not just being so nervous about not having enough to say, and you get into the groove of it where you can just talk mellow and slow and still feel engaging to yourself and your audience, then that's the point where you can make something really special, I think, something that stands out. So I've tried to over time, get gradually more comfortable with doing that type of video because I think it's very fun. I think it's very fun to just let loose and say things instead of just being so concerned about what it is that you're saying. I think it's very important to be, comfortable with the stuff. Oh, my phone is so hot. My phone is actually like burning. It always does this whenever I do one of these live streams. He do that like a protest because they told him that a person who doesn't have second citizenship cannot give up his unique citizenship. I don't know what that means. Uh, should I turn the light on? Do you think I should do it? Do you think I should turn the light on? I could go over there and I could do it, but why? What possible motivation would I have to do it? But yeah, protesting without doing it properly is really dumb. What you always should do instead is go to a country that you like, or like maybe go to a country where you can buy citizenship or something, and make strategic moves, and then become a citizen, and then get rid of your citizenship. Don't be a dumb person or something. I don't know. Mm. I want to drink the rest of this. This is hot chocolate, by the way. This isn't coffee. I'm not that dumb. This is hot chocolate. I want to drink the rest of it, but I can't. because the hot chocolate is cold now. I don't want to do that. Look at this. This is a this is a monitor. This is a screen. This is a Dreamcast. Uh Welcome to my TED Talk. Look, there's PSP games up there that I've played those. What am I saying that I've yet to play those? I've played them. They're just not good enough. Uh I think I'd get along with Mumkey. Not sure not sure about Digi. I think I would get along with Digi because I already know what pisses him off. Jess, I can see it happening, especially since we both like wrestling. I hope I can talk to him more on an online acquaintance or friend of his. It would be pretty easy just because he's kind of a human, kind of a nice guy from what all I've heard. I would like to talk to Mumkey and Jess the way I talked to you and a couple of others. Yeah, I think Mumkey would be interesting to talk to just because, like, he's a really fascinating person to me. I've always thought he's very funny, and I like his videos a lot. But his vlogs on the Suicide Channel were his personal vlogs were always my favorite stuff he did. Let me see if I can. This new video, he put out this new video called "The State of Affairs," and it was basically like one big kind of edited vlog. It was almost an hour where he just talked about himself and his life and his depression and stuff. And it's a really good video. It's this one. Oh, it was the first one that it came up. It was on Simi and Jimmy, his new channel, The State of Affairs. It's like almost an hour long, like I said, but it's a really good video. It's just like a full vlog of him just talking about his life, and it's my favorite type of content that's on YouTube is stuff like that. I think Digi would get as annoyed as shit with me, LMAO. Yeah. I think he gets annoyed with a lot of people. For some reason, I think Digi might get along with me, but that's mostly just because I've seen a lot of his videos, so I know what pisses him off. Um, oh god. What the hell kind of... Give me an F in the chat for my sleep cycle. My sleep cycle has died. F for star. Have you ever met online friends? I've met plenty before. Yeah, I've met online friends IRL. Not for very long, but uh, the few times, the like one time, the literally like the one time I met online friends IRL, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. I felt whole. Like I felt like I was human. Like I was having an interaction that was actually genuine, and it felt really nice. Rupin says F. Hello there. What I want to tell you is that they told me first he cannot strip American citizenship because he does not have any other citizenship. Yeah, I know. That is called being a stateless citizen. I've done all the research on this stuff before, so yeah, no. If you're a stateless citizen, you're much less likely to become the citizen of another country. So how it tends to work is that you go, you've been in the country for 5 years, or you get married or whatever. You go to the embassy, and the embassy will grant you citizenship as long as you relinquish your American citizenship. But that's in the process of getting it. So the process has to be opened first. You have to actually, you have to actually go to the embassy and get the process started before you can get rid of it. But you can't just get rid of it on its own. If you just get rid of it on its own, you're gonna have some major problems, because then you would become a stateless citizen, and most countries will literally not give you rent. They won't give you health care, or anything like that. They'll probably kick you out. So, uh, yeah, you have to go through the embassy, and you have to go through immigration and go through all of the rules, the entire process that they have set up. I have Costa Rican citizenship. I'm way ahead of you. Step up. I have two citizenships. Man, that's hell yeah. Were you born into it? Do you have Costa Rican family? So that's why he was trying to destroy his citizenship. Lol, that was crazy. Yeah, it sounds crazy. You're not supposed to do it like that. You're supposed to go to the place and then follow the rules and procedures and stuff. The fucking morons, I tell you. Fucking dumb people ruining America. Ruining America. Every day I see these retarded people. I see a retarded person on the street. They act with Down syndrome, etc. I shoot with gun every day. I shoot them with gun. I don't know why I said that. Um, uh, my family on my mom's side is from Costa Rica. I can get Canadian citizenship if I wanted a way. LMAO. Damn. If you wanted to, that's pretty amazing. I know Elon Musk is a citizen of America, South Africa, and Canada, so it's technically possible, I'm sure. But that would mean you have to pay taxes to three different countries. If you have two citizenships, it means you have to pay taxes to two different countries. Uh, Oh, stepdad. Okay, stepdad. I see. Is Canadian. Um, but but yeah, like if you'd have to pay taxes and stuff to multiple countries. Man, you need some tea. You are talking like my Russian friend. He talks very similar. Yeah, probably. No, I like doing the funny accents just randomly in conversation. Like when I start making fun of British people, I'll just say a lot of really common British stereotypical like lexicon stuff, or I'll do the German accent or the Russian accent just randomly in conversation, or I'll imitate people's voices as jokes and stuff. I really like that type of comedy. It's very fun. Um, uh, IRC guy has 8 citizenships. I do not believe that. I refuse to believe that. No country. Who the fuck would be stupid enough to get 8 citizenships? That better not be me. That better not be me in 5 years. If that's me in 5 years, I'm gonna kill myself. I don't know how that would be possible. Because if you look at like statistically speaking, in most countries it tends to take what, 5, 6 years, 10 years of residing there until you can apply. Like it seems like it would be more of it seems like the numbers wouldn't be on his side. That sounds like a lie to me. Sounds like a lie. Yeah, it is ridiculous. I refuse to believe. Maybe he bought them. Because I know in Kazakhstan, don't ask me how I know this. I know in Kazakhstan you can just buy citizenship and you just become a citizen. But you have to bribe the police and stuff. Citizenship can be a buy, that's not a problem. If you're super rich, it can happen too. I don't know why anyone would want to buy citizenship into Kazakhstan unless they're like a terrorist or political refugee or something. I hear, don't ask me how I know this, but I hear going to certain third world countries is a really good idea if you're a political refugee. So maybe take that advice. Go to Lagos, Nigeria. You'll be fine. You totally won't get killed. I made a Kazakh friend on Reddit. He immigrated to Florida and as a kid witnessed the Parkland shooting from another school. Jesus Christ. That's really sad. Yeah, Central Asian bros are cool people. I wish I knew more of them. The few that I've, the few that I've talked to, the few that I've talked to have been really cool, and I like them. I like them very much. Central Asian bros for the win. Hashtag free the Uyghurs. Hashtag no more concentration camps. Hashtag Tiananmen Square 1989 or something. I don't know. He's also a communist shitposter, and I love him for that. You gotta respect, you gotta respect the local heritage, my man. You gotta respect it. I love it. I love it so much. I'm gonna shoot people like Carlos. What's his name? Adam Lanza. Like Adam Lanza. I'm gonna become the new Elliot Rodger. You can quote me on that. I'm actually just Elliot Rodger. Let me see if I can find it. There was this meme. There was this meme that was made about me. Let me see. It's in my Discord. I'll see if I can find it. But there was this meme. It was really good. It was comparing me to who was it? Elliot Rodger and somebody else. Somebody made a visual image. Let me see if I can find this. Uh, oh my God, there's so many posts. Can you imagine? Can you imagine existing? Never me. Uh, Star is Nazbol, by the way. This is a fact. Oh, this one. Okay. This one. It says the father and it has Elliot Roger, the son, hiding in my room. The Holy Spirit, Onision. And in the middle it just has me and it says Ree Ree. It's this image with me with my shirt off too. Like how do you not have a more perfect image? This is amazing. I love this picture. I love this picture so much. This one I like this one too. there are other humans. Bottom text. It's great. It's a great image. This one also. When she a weeb and likes weeb shit, and it's just me sitting here boring. When she an art hoe and is into Lil Peep shit, and then it has me with like with a tattoos and with a beanie on. This is a really uncompromising picture. And it's good. There's lots of great memes in here. Too many memes. But yeah. I don't know why I brought that up, but it's a good meme. Um what was I doing? Now you're seeing a docs of my Discord page. Want to see what I do all day? I talk in this project project manager chat. In that chat, uh, I make Shonen Ronin videos. When are you VCing again on Discord? I VC whenever people ask me to, unless I don't want to that day. But normally, if you ask me to VC, I will VC. Uh, yeah, if you ask me, it's selfies chat. Who's posting here? Oh, okay. But if you make a no, if you ask me to VC, I'll usually VC unless I'm just really tired and stuff. If you were forever forced at gunpoint to be fashionable, the SoundCloud rapper look is great on you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know what? I can turn on a light. I can turn on a light right now. Let me see here. Uh, it's me. It's Star. This is I look really bad because I'm wearing my I'm wearing my fucking bathrobe around here. This is the way that you do it, is that you wear a bathrobe and shit. I'm really tired. Let me turn the light off. I don't like lights. Yes, I'm wearing the bathrobe. The bathrobe aesthetic. I can't. Oh shit, I just fell down. I can't rock the bathrobe aesthetic unless it's in like a very uh yeah, my eyes. No, I feel you on that. Uh I feel that way every day I look at myself in the mirror. Um but no, like I love wearing bathrobes. I will buy bathrobes till the cow comes home. I cow there's one single cow that's coming home. Which I'll buy bathrobes forever. Forever and ever. Every day. I love wearing bathrobes. What is this? Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg. Removable media. Get out. Go away. Mark Wahlberg. I'm Mark Wahlberg. My milk is something. Ugh. This is a can. Welcome to Alcohol on Sundays, the show in which I review alcohol on Sunday. This isn't in fact alcohol. It's actually a Coca-Cola can. I when I move to Vietnam, I want to do an alcohol review show. My neat uniform for the Californian summer is shorts and a white t-shirt. Add Crocs for for 9x armor. Yeah, no, it's I mean, I think simplicity works. Simplicity works at summertime, but I hate the summertime to be honest. And but yeah, like when I moved to Vietnam because the drinking age is 18 and like in America you can drink as long as you have parental approval. Like it's legal to drink with parental supervision under 21 in the US, which is nice. But when I leave at 18, I want to go to a country I want to go to a country where you can just drink at 18 years old and you don't have to worry about it. And so Vietnam is quite nice because the legal drinking age is 18. And so, if I come home from a hard day at the university and I want to crack open a cold one without the boys, I could do that. And that's actually probably, besides the cost, the fact that it's very cost effective to go to school in Vietnam, it's like kind of one of the main reasons I want to go there is because you can drink at 18 and alcohol is really good. I think I don't want to like come off as a bad influence because I know there's a lot of people who are younger than me who watch my videos. At the same time, I feel like people underestimate the amount that alcohol will genuinely help you in your life as long as you don't abuse it. It's like any vice, it's like any substance. As long as you use it responsibly, it can be hugely beneficial. Oh boy. Mark Wahlberg. The greatest. I don't know where I got that voice from. I heard it somewhere. I don't know what I'm referencing. I know I'm referencing something. I just have no idea what it is. Do avoid locally produced alcohol from small towns in Asia. They're likely to make Western people go blind. Yeah, no, I've heard about that. There's this YouTuber who makes videos about China called Serpenzia. He's this South African guy, but he's done a lot of videos talking about like food scamming in China and stuff, which isn't exactly the same in Vietnam. Vietnam has like some pretty good regulations and like the people in general don't want to scam you. Like economically, the people like are less poor and have more like morals and stuff, and so they're less likely to do food scams. But food scams still exist. The thing is that like literally all Vietnamese people get their food in markets and stuff. Um, but I think it's just a safer bet to get it from like a 7-Eleven because you can get alcohol at 7-Elevens in Vietnam. It's honestly kind of incredible. Like, that is my dream. My dream is to have a 24-hour 7-Eleven where I can just go there and I can get alcohol. That would be amazing to me. And one of the great things about Vietnam as well is that you can just be drunk in the street. If you go out drinking in America, you can get arrested for drinking alcohol just out in public. Not in Vietnam. In Vietnam, you can just drink, and it's really incredible. Like it would feel liberating almost. Like it would be one of those things I've always wanted to do as an American, but I just never got to. Now, I watched this really shitty YouTuber called Corey May. His videos are bad. He's not a good YouTuber. But whenever I watch his videos of like just life in Vietnam, they're very good to get footage basically or to see what life is like over there. Um, and I see like, people out there just drinking and stuff. I'm like, I wish that was me, I wish that was me out there. But this guy, let me see, let me try and find yeah, this guy's a huge normie. His aren't very good, but like there's these videos of the streets in Vietnam. This is during a soccer game, by the way. But there's this video I'm trying to find the girl who's giving out the free alcohol. Like, there's just a bunch of people just drinking alcohol just in the street, and it's great. Like, look at all these fucking. Look at this. Look at all of these motorcycles just going down the street. It's insane. Like, but yeah, like if you can just get alcohol in the street, and it's the best thing. Like, you should probably get it from the stores, but you can drink it. Like, you can just drink. Like, I don't know what point I was getting to. I think my point was that alcohol is unfairly maligned. That's my point. Alcohol is unfairly maligned, guys. Uh, Practice safe sex, by the way. It's just a point. That's just a point to remember. Okay, this place is so comfy. This little studio apartment in Vietnam, comfy stuff. I really wish this guy was less boring. See, this is why I want to be the hiding in my room of Vietnam. It's because you get informative videos like this that are good. They're good videos that explain to you like daily life in the country, but the actual personality who's making the content is boring as shit. And I hope he never watches this video, but if you do, you're boring as shit. Like his videos are super informative, and I want to do the exact same thing. Like, okay, this is how you live in Vietnam. This is what life is like. But by the way, I have like a narrative that I'm crafting throughout these videos, and I'm a fun, interesting personality, Like that's what I want them to be. Is to be the same thing but better and with my own take on it. because those are the videos I would want to watch. Like, I really want to see videos of people traveling to other places and then explaining those places with, with personality and intrigue and stuff. I really want you to become the hiding in my room of Vietnam. That would be great. Yeah. No, I hope that's what I do. No, maybe the video that'll finally blow my channel up is a video called Why I Hate, in all caps, Vietnam. And then I go, now, I don't really hate Vietnam. I don't really hate living in Vietnam. That's how I'm gonna make the video. I remember you were talking about your neighbor who was a pedophile. Every time I remember that, I laugh because I imagine a scene where you try to avoid contact with your pedophile neighbor. That actually is quite funny, yeah. The thing was, they weren't my neighbor, they were someone who lived further down the road. And so what had happened um, was I think I don't remember where I told this story, but it's in one of my videos if you go back through, is basically what happened was I they tried to coerce me. They tried to coerce me into taking me to their home and stuff. This old man who lived far down the street, but you had to walk some ways to get there. The thing with me is that I never really had any quote unquote neighbors because all of the houses were so far apart and there was so much road and terrain. There was so much road and terrain separating everybody. And so it was kind of difficult to like have neighbors. But if you walked down far enough the road, you got to his place and it was a frightening, oh, nightmare scenario. Ooh, my security is threatened, dear boy. My security in the something. Um, but yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna become the hiding in my room of North Korea, man. That's my life goal. I'm gonna become the hiding in my room of Saudi Arabia. I was listening to this new Whirling Dervish episode 5. I think I'm almost all the way through the podcast. It's a pretty good episode. I don't think Digi is very good at talking about social issues, but it's interesting all the same. It was weird because at one part of the video, he said that he literally didn't like consistency. He said people being ideologically consistent creeps him out, and I found that to be very interesting. You were probably, oh no, the hunter is here. I never knew this guy. I only had one interaction with him. Again, I almost never left the house. Andrew Yang feels great about introducing himself to America. Okay. Okay. You can. There's this Lao Shu guy. I watch all of his videos. He makes polyglot videos of him going out and talking to people in different languages, and they're really inspiring to watch. Um, this guy's good. I watch his videos when I get super bored and I don't have anything to do. Imagine being Star. What a terrible life that would have to be. Imagine existing. Ugh, disgusting. Oh, there's a new Ben Burges video is coming out. That's nice. ASMR Sounds of Japan? When did I subscribe? When did I even subscribe to this guy? ASMR Sounds of Japan. Who is that? B star in green text. Yes, no, B star. That someone's got to do a green text about me. That would be my if someone did a green text about me, that would be like my life's accomplishment. How Japanese schools treat international kids. I watched this video on my main account. This one's good. I saw this like 3 years ago. Oh, it did come out 3 years ago too. B Infinite Outlaw. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people just don't recognize my channel anymore because like so many people knew me by the name Infinite Outlaw, and when I changed my name to Star, I think it actually made my channel less recognizable, which was kind of the point. is in my vlog I say I'm doing this to be actively unmarketable. This is the thing with me is that I'm so autistic that I literally try to be less marketable. Let's see. Uh, let's see. So many secular talk videos. Why does he post so much? Punk rock. Let's see, who is this? I'm tired of begging you to stay. Emo mixtape. Okay. It's a new Justin Wang video. The haunted eBay painting. Okay, I'll put that in my watch later. That might be interesting. The K-pop fans scare me. I agree. What the fuck? Why is real time with Bill Maher and Mike? Get that out of here. Get that out. Um, talk shows. No. No. No talk shows. Don't recommend me fucking talk shows, YouTube. Philosophy Tube is very good. I like this Korean guy. This animation guy. He makes 4:3 aspect ratio animations that look like 90s cartoons and they're really trippy. They remind me of 90s anime kind of mixed with Adult Swim bumpers. If you like Adult Swim bumpers, check this guy out. I also recommend this guy if you use lots of altering drugs. He's the aesthetics are really cool. Let me just show you. That's the name. It's the name of the video, and then that's the channel. Highly recommend this guy if you want a good animator. I think I'm. Let me see. Let's do. Let's do one last song. I'll do. Let's listen to one last song, and then we can end the stream off. This one. This is the survival song, the classic. Okay, let me see if I can get the thing working. Yeah, this will be the end of the live stream, I guess. And I bro, and I sleep, and that's how I learned how to survive. And I gave her a beer to burn and that was drinking, and I gave some sauce to my best friend for cooking, and I gave water to all that were thirsty. And that's how I learned how to survive. I gave my money to the bank for safekeeping, and I gave my money to my landlord who was needing it, and I gave my tea that was bleeding, and that's how I learned how to survive. Got the do re mi, boys. If you ain't got the do re mi, well, you better go back to beautiful Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Georgia, Tennessee. California's the Garden of Eden, a paradise to live in or see. Live it, and it's so hot if you ain't got the do re mi. We totally ripped off a man named Woody Guthrie, and I bought a restaurant for his son named Alice, and fed false information to the audience, and that's how I learned how to survive. I give a thank you to my father for not raising me, and I give a finger to my stepfather for beating me, and I give props to myself for achieving, and I'm glad that I survived. Damn, I'm glad that I've survived. Oh, here we go. I just handed you a giant load of gibberish, and I give love to a love quite deserving of it. I, what's the next lyric? What? And I give thanks to all of you for listening. Story of how we learned how to survive. Hell yeah. Gotta love AJJJ. I keep on saying the name wrong. I'm sorry, no thank you if you're still around. Uh, Rip, rip the live stream. C says in the chat, "I'm a happy man. I'm a real happy man." Yeah, hell yeah. Um, I listen to more Andrew Jackson Jihad, everyone. They're the best band out there. I guess I'm going to sleep now. Uh, stay healthy out there. Do good stuff or something. To that's how I learned how to survive is by